Hey, what's up guys, Just Ash here, and today I'm going to be reviewing Ibitsu, a horror manga from Haruto Ryo. Now, if I sound a little bit frustrated in this video, that is because this is the second time I've tried to film this, because the first time my camera didn't record anything. So I've made sure the camera is definitely recording this time. Let's get on with the review. Also, this review will contain some minor plot spoilers, and I do talk about some pretty gross and gruesome things. As it is a horror manga, it is pretty gory, so if you're sensitive to any of that sort of stuff, please bear that in mind while watching this video, or reading the manga. Anyway, Ibitsu starts off with an urban legend style premise. The legend goes that a girl in a Lolita outfit hangs out at garbage drops in Tokyo at midnight. If you approach her, she asks you a question. Would you have a little sister? And the idea is that you are never ever supposed to answer that question, because if you answer no, she will kill you, and if you answer yes, she will stalk you and then kill you. There's no happy ending here. Unfortunately, our protagonist, Kazuki, does answer this question. He says yes because he does have a little sister called Hikari, and he has misunderstood the question. Of course, this leads to him being stalked by the strange Lolita, and it doesn't end well, let's just say that right now. Basically, his answer leads to the strange Lolita stalking him, going through his trash, breaking into his house, all in the hopes of becoming his perfect little sister. However, as Kazuki already has a little sister, this doesn't go down well with the strange Lolita, and she actually ends up kidnapping, torturing, and attempting to murder poor Hikari. Now, this manga is a bit of a slow burner at first. The first half of it definitely focuses more on the psychological horror that Kazuki feels while he is being stalked by this girl. This culminates in the strange Lolita breaking into his apartment and cooking his landlord's dog into a soup for Hikari to eat. When Hikari understandably refuses to do this, the Lolita ends up losing her temper and stabbing herself in the leg over and over again before attempting to murder Hikari the first time. Look, I warned you guys that this was a pretty gruesome manga. Luckily, Kazuki comes home just in time to stop the horrible murder, but the damage has already been done, and this moment perfectly sets the reader up for the second half of the manga, which, to be honest with you, is a total whirlwind. Kazuki and his friends research this strange Lolita and realise that there are multiple instances of this happening all over Tokyo, and it doesn't end well for the chosen big brother in any of them. They almost always end up committing suicide. Determined not to let this happen to him though, Kazuki and his friends decide to investigate further. I'm not going to say too much more about the plot though, because if I do, it will give away the ending. What I will say though is that it is very engaging and it does draw you in. Like Kazuki, you begin to feel the psychological effects of the Lolita and you want to know more, but you do come to fear her as well. It's one of those books that you just can't put down, mainly because there just isn't a good stopping point because there is so much going on. Unfortunately, the ending for me was a little bit disappointing for two reasons. One, I'd guessed it halfway through the book, and two, it wasn't as shocking as I hoped it would be. But let me tell you right now, Ibitsu is shocking. I would not recommend this manga if you have any sort of sensitivity to gore or psychological horror. It will not be for you. And trust me, there is an unholy amount of gore in this. Some highlights include fingernails being removed, kneecaps being smashed with sledgehammers, and people having their eyes stapled open. And the gruesomeness of this is only made worse by the art style. Normally, the art is quite realistic, the characters look realistic, as do the backgrounds, but there are two things that contrast this. Number one is the Lolita herself. She is drawn in a very stylized way. She looks very creepy, she's never drawn with a nose, her lips are chapped, she's always dirty, and her poses and the way she holds herself is very exaggerated. And the second thing that contrasts with the realism is the gore, which is again very exaggerated, over the top, and all of this leads to adding an extra layer of creepiness and horror to the entire thing. So, to quickly round up, Ibitsu is a very shocking and gory manga. And despite its predictable ending, I did find myself enjoying it. If enjoying is the right word, please don't judge me for liking horrible, gory stuff. It's just a thing that I have always enjoyed. Anyway, I particularly enjoyed the art style and the way the story draws you in. Would I recommend it? Yes, I would. Not if you are sensitive to gore, but if you are the sort of person who likes Corpse Party or you're a fan of Junji Ito, you will probably definitely enjoy Ibitsu. And that is it. I hope you enjoyed my quick review of Ibitsu. If you did, please give it a like and leave a comment below if I've convinced you that this manga is worth reading. Or if I haven't convinced you this manga is worth reading, leave a comment anyway telling me what I did wrong. And as always, remember to pour yourself a nice cup of tea and join me next Friday at 8 for the next video.